Let me start my presentation. Hello, my name is Yu-Jin. First of all, to introduce myself, I am 24 years old and majoring in tourism management. My hobby is exercising and I like traveling. I'm a very active and bright person. My first overseas trip was Hong Kong when I was 13 years old. Among many countries, I went to Hong Kong because my aunt lived in Hong Kong. I remember going on a plane alone to celebrate my vacation, but I don't remember exactly what kind of tourist attractions I went to when I was young, so I'm a little sad. So if I go abroad next time, I'd like to go to Hong Kong again. My second trip was to Osaka, was for the first time after I became an adult. From this time onward, I thought about going abroad once a year, so I planned to travel spontaneously. Because of the plan, I went to Fukuoka for the third trip and planned a month trip for the fourth trip, so I could live like a local in Japan. Except for the Hong Kong trip that I went to when I was young. I traveled to Japan because it was close to Korea and easier to communicate with the language than other countries. Also, it was a place where the traditional color of the country was well applied, and I once enjoyed watching Japanese dramas and movies, but the influence was so great that I went there a lot. The most interesting subject in the class was the visitor or non-visitor. There was no exact concept of visitor or non-visitor, and it was interesting to learn and distinguish meanings. In particular, I could think about the meaning of checking the visitor or non-visitor directly in the table, and it was fun and informative to understand accurately. The boring or uninteresting class is history of chosen destination. Actually, this class was less interesting than boring. The first reason was that students didn't have a good understanding of the assignment. Based on the content of the place he traveled, he had to make a presentation about the history of the country in terms of tourism. And there were students who presented their own travel stories, and there were students who presented them regardless of tourism. I also didn't understand the assignment, so I gave a presentation about history regardless of tourism. The second reason is that the student's presentation on unrelated topic was less interesting because of lack of understanding of the assignment. It was an interesting topic, but it was a disappointing class due to lack of communication due to each person's carelessness. The way to find weekly activities is to find out about the experience. I've been traveling to and from places related to class. As I look at photo galleries and record the place I traveled and prepare for my presentation, I search the internet for more information. Thank you for listening to my presentation.